Hey everybody, this is Alex Merced from alexmercedcoder.com. Now this is my first in a series of videos where I'm going to be basically building an application from start to end with FoalTS or FoalTS. Okay, let me just clear my terminal. Okay, so if you haven't seen my sort of overview of the workflow for FoalTS, basically what it is, it's a sort of robust framework. The idea behind it is that it's simple enough that if you wanted to do just some sort of basic prototyping, it is built on Express, so it has that functionality kind of built into it. So you could build something pretty quickly if you just need to build a quick API, the little prototype. But all those kind of authentication, testing type features that you would need as you scale up, it has all that built in too. So that way, basically, it's a framework that you can start in and grow in from the get-go. So basically what I'm going to be doing here is just working through it, because right now I wanted to learn this framework, one, because I want to learn other JavaScript frameworks, but also because I want to work more with TypeScript. So this was a perfect framework for doing so. Okay, and it's one that was a little bit more front-end agnostic. While you have also Nest.js, which is also a TypeScript-related framework, it's a little bit more tied to using Angular, which I like Angular, but I like the flexibility of being able to switch between Vue, Stencil, Svelte, React, as needed, which you could do with Nest probably, but this is just a little bit more agnostic when it comes to what you do on the front end. So I figured I'd go this route, and on top of it, there really isn't any tutorial videos as I speak for this framework, because it's literally new. Like basically the first video I saw from the people who developed the framework was uploaded like 3 months ago. So I figured there's gonna be other people who have questions and would like to learn more, so I'm making these videos. So what I want to do is do a project that I've been wanting to start on. I kind of got started on it with Django. This framework is very similar to Django in a lot of respects, as far as its robustness and how much it kind of builds in for you. So I figured I would shift that project and start it over here. One, because I'm a lot more familiar with JavaScript from when I started that project, and it's a perfect project to do this with. And that is creating sort of a political CRM. It's basically a CRM that's more geared towards community organizing. So more than just keeping track of like customers and when did you contact them and notes, this is also going to be keeping track of like events, media, whatnot, in the database. Sort of is more tailored towards that sort of public organizing, media organizing, press, that kind of thing. So let's actually create the project. That's this. This first video is we're just going to actually create the project. So I've already actually installed the full CLI. So that's what this first command is. This is going to install the CLI globally on your system, so that way you can use the create a project whenever you want. So I'm going to do the next command, create app, and we'll call this, well, my name is Alex Merced, so we'll call this Merced CRM. Okay, and that'll begin the process of creating the application. So this is going to load up and build out all the dependencies and whatnot. And there's a lot that comes with it. So let's kind of show you over here and give you a tour on FoalTS while we do that. And again, once that's done, we're going to cd into the directory that it creates, and then hit npm run develop to run the starter. Okay, and then in the videos, we'll be going through a lot of these different features and building out the framework with this. So over the next few videos, we'll build out the models, which are referred to as entities, because it's using something called type ORM. Type ORM, basically what it does, it allows you to interact with and define your database through entities. So you would define these entities. For example, here in this tutorial from the Type ORM website, you're seeing here that they are creating a user entity. Well, actually, they're creating an entity photo, and they're relating it to a user. So they're importing user, so that way they can create a relationship with. We will go over all that in the videos as we plan that out. Okay, but it also has a lot of other cool bells and whistles. So on the website, they do have some tutorials to do a simple to-do list, a multi-user to-do list, a to-do list with MongoDB. So you have all the tools there. Okay, and I've read through the documentation. It's actually really well written and points you in all the right direction. So that's another reason why I kind of really like this. It's really new, but the documentation is good. It basically is using sort of fairly well-known projects like TypeORM, Express underneath its engine. So I'm not worried about like stuff suddenly not dependencies that are just going to disappear on me. So this is pretty cool. Okay, so let's go in there. CD Merced CRM. Okay, and then we'll do npm run develop. Oh, I misspelled it. So it's gonna, yep, npm run develop. Okay, it's kicking up the server. Cool. I think the server is starting. And just so you can tell what port it's going to be on, that would be over here in, not the, I don't think it's the ORM config. This is for the TypeORM, so you can configure it with the database that you're going to connect to. It should be in, I think maybe it's over here. No, not that one. It's in one of these files. My item is being a little slow at the moment. Nope. Basically, what you have here is all your configuration files. So it's in one of these. No, it's not going to be there. It's actually probably going to be in our source folder somewhere. So basically, our source folder is over here. This contains all the code that we're going to be mainly working on. So let's see here. No, it's probably going to be in the config folder. Oh yeah, that's right. Here's our environments. So here it's going to be in the development, or it's in the default. Ah, here we go. 3001. Okay, so all your configurations are over here in the configuration folder. This is the default configuration, and if you want to set like a developer specific configuration or a production specific configuration, you can do it in these two JSON files here. So that's all that there. But now that we know that, we can go over. Oh, should have been patient. It tells you. Okay, so I'll actually use this. Just make sure I bookmark this for later. Okay, localhost 3001. Okay, and there's the starter page. So basically that's what you have there now. Now where's that serving from? It's coming from the public folder. Okay, so there's where that index.html is. Again, this is built on Express, and it's basically serving the public folder as your public folder as for your static files. So you could literally just right away build a website in the public folder, and you'd have a website, but that might be a little overkill to use this framework just to serve a static website. So the magic will be in sort of creating the database, creating the APIs, the endpoints, and all that stuff. So that when we build our static page, we can pull in data from the database and put data in the database and authenticate users. So we'll work through all of that in the next coming videos. But this is just a quick introduction. So I'll see you guys in the next video, where we'll be covering making entities. Have a great day and enjoy.